between Lamar Jackson, Matt Stafford, Russell Wilson, and Aaron Rodgers, we're playing who missed the cut. Only one can survive. Who are we going to protect first in this instance? Like, we have 3 quarterbacks that have 1 Super Bowl, but then we have a quarterback with 2 MVPs who looks probably like the best talent right now.
I know, like 6 minutes from now, I'll be defending Russell Wilson. So I'm not going to do it yet. So I'll put that out to the side.
Hold it off.
I think you have to defend first Matt Stafford.
Wow.
Greatest quarterback of all time in one organization, won a Super Bowl in another organization. He's going to be at the top of the charts in all his record books. He's doing it for a long time. I think out of these 4 guys, you got to count the rings. And you qualify it with 2 guys that do have rings, or 3 guys that do have rings in this conversation.
Yeah.
Matt Stafford, I think, at the cream of the crop here.
He has the highest Q rating of these 4 quarterbacks.
Yeah, I did. I mean, and again, he's approaching 60,000 passing yards too, which is a nice threshold. So, look, I think the discussion, I mean, to go back to what we were doing, if we think Aaron Rodgers and we think Lamar are future Hall of Famers, we got to protect the one that's got the ring, right? So I think we can all agree that Aaron Rodgers has made the cut.
Wow. So we got to protect Aaron. So you're right. It would be disrespectful to cut a guy with 4 MVPs and a Super Bowl.
Is Aaron Rodgers the greatest Packer quarterback of all time? I can't confidently say that.
I can't. Not yet.
See, the experts out there, they were really talking about how he is the beautiful thrower of the football that they've ever seen.
So nice. He throws it so well.
The eye test matters, man. I know it gets counted off sometimes, but you know it when you see it with football more than any other sport. Baseball, the numbers matter.
Okay.
Basketball, nowadays, the numbers matter. Football, you still know it when you see it. I think I'm happy with that. Aaron Rodgers, I think he's got to be safe.
So you want to protect Aaron Rodgers. Todd, you want to protect Aaron Rodgers.
Yes.
I'm outvoted here because I wouldn't have done it. But Aaron Rodgers, you are immunized.
Nice. Okay.
C-Katt, we teamed up nicely there. We got that one across the line. That was good.
Aaron Rodgers is safe.
You swayed me.
Aaron Rodgers is safe. Okay, he's safe. It's 4 MVPs. It's hard to argue with. The next guy on this list, like if you were like, hey, I'm going to give you 50-yard line seats, front row to watch this quarterback play, and you had to choose between Matthew Stafford, Lamar Jackson, and Russell Wilson, I mean, come on. It's not even a choice.
It's not even a choice.
Yeah.
How do you not protect Lamar Jackson? This dude is nothing. We've never seen anything like this.
You tell your kids about Lamar Jackson.
Yeah.
Yeah, you walk away feeling like you watched something special.
Yes.
When you're there. Whether you're in the upper level or you're at the 50-yard line, you know when you're watching greatness, and he's bringing it every single time that he's on the field. He's in.
Opposing defensive coordinators can't simulate Lamar Jackson.
No.
He is one of a kind.
Oof.
He is my quarterback. I'm a Ravens fan.
Right, that's what they say.
I'm comfortable in saying, even without a Super Bowl berth,
Yeah.
that talent jumps off the screen every time he's on the field.
So amazing.
It's just a matter of time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how I think of it. You're right. The eye test is he may have not gotten there yet, but it's just a matter of time.
Lamar Jackson and Aaron Rodgers both protected. Lamar needs to protect his immune system. Every single time, like the last 3 games of the regular season, it's like Lamar's on the injury report. Oh, what's wrong? A hamstring? Is it his shoulder? No, he's sick.
Yeah.
The hell is up with that, C-Katt? Have y'all gotten to the bottom of that?
I have not gotten to the bottom of that yet.
He's got too much Old Bay.
Yeah.
Remember where he's at. He's
Yeah.
too much Old Bay in his food. He's got to get away from it.
Get out of there. That's why he needed to leave Baltimore. Whatever the heck is in the air or that food is getting our guys sick left and right. So now who we have left here on Who Missed the Cut, presented by the Cognizant Classic in the Palm Beaches, we have Matthew Stafford and Russell Wilson. I kind of figured we'd get down to these 2.
It's a good race.
Yeah.
This is a good. You have 2 very comparable quarterbacks.
Very comparable.
The only thing is, Matt Stafford never had the down stretch like Russell Wilson had the down stretch with Denver.
But he had the irrelevant stretch in Detroit.
That's true. But
So Russell Wilson has been very relevant his entire career. There's been like 5 or 6 years you can tell the story of the NFL without even thinking of Matthew Stafford's name.
yeah.
Well, but let me take you back to, last week at the same time, we took a look at Barry Sanders.
Yeah.
Same organization, very irrelevant during his time there, but Barry we saved. So I don't think we can hold it against Matt that Detroit during his time wasn't as good. They didn't put the talent around him. He did get them to the playoffs. It was a very similar type of approach to what we just said that Barry did.
Yeah.
And then I go back to the fact he did it now. He transitions out, goes to a new team, wins it.
Instantly. And we talk about this. I compared Derrick Henry going to the Ravens to what it would have been if Barry Sanders, instead of retiring, left the Lions and went to a contender and really showed out, even in his latter years.
Yeah.
Matt Stafford did it.
Well, and he's doing it at a later age for an athlete.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, when he made that transition and won, he was later in his career.
That's impressive.
If we're gonna balance them against each other, Russell later in his career moves on.
Yeah.
Decline.
It's been bad. It's been terrible since he left his team.
Decline. So
that's another thing we're looking at. We're looking at three quarterbacks. Rodgers, who we were protected,
Yep.
who left the Packers organization, immediately has looked worse.
Yep.
Russell Wilson, same thing for the Broncos. We'll see what happens with the Steelers. Stafford leaves, and he just skyrockets to a Super Bowl immediately.
And has maintained a high level of play as he's been healthy.
Still good.
Again, his assets around him in LA aren't always there either.
Yeah.
Like look, Puka's out this year. You had Cup out last year.
Yeah.
And still performed. That to me, that's the key distinction between the two.
I know you want to fight for Russ, C-Katt. I'll give you the floor right here, but I am so heavily on the Stafford side right now. The only check in the box for Russ to me right now would be, he comes with Sierra.
He's been in more Super Bowls. How about that? He's the greatest quarterback of all time in Seattle. He holds all the records there.
Stafford's the greatest in Detroit.
Seattle's a better organization historically than Detroit.
All right, so he was greater in a better organization with a Hall of Fame coach. Stafford, name a coach he played for in Detroit.
Jim Caldwell.
That's it. Is he going to be in the Hall of Fame?
No.
But he did play with Megatron.
Yeah, well,
Come
fair.
on.
True.
is tough.
And he got him in the hall.
I'm at the point where I'm going to make concessions.
Yes.
Is there anything that Russell Wilson can do to make him leap over Matt Stafford when we look at the history books?
He would have to me, if Russell Wilson can win 2 playoff games as a Steeler, maybe not just this year, but maybe the next 2 years, he does it twice in a row. If this year, for sure, if he wins 2 playoff games with that team, I'd consider putting him over Stafford.
I can get behind that. I think if he wins a big, like if they match up with Buffalo or they
Right.
match up with
That's
Baltimore,
true.
in
Imagine
some way,
that.
somehow he pulls it off.
Yeah.
I could see myself swaying to the other side, but I think as we sit right now with what the decision that we have to make, I think
Yeah.
I'm on the Stafford side.
At one point on
gotta
that, you saw how bad the Steelers were in the playoffs against Buffalo last year.
Yeah.
Imagine they win a game like that, and the one big difference is the quarterback. That would certainly
I don't
be a page
disagree.
turner.
I don't disagree, but we're not there.
Yeah, we're not there yet. So guess what? Russell Wilson, you got the big chop.
Got to.
My goodness. This is not good. It's beyond hard to watch.
Russell Wilson missed the cut. Stafford, Rodgers, Lamar Jackson, and Russell Wilson. He's the one that missed the cut of future Hall of Fame quarterbacks that are active in the NFL. And again, Patrick Mahomes is immune to this conversation.